Today we're going to discuss to you some of the basic syntax used in SQL Server 2008. But before that, let's make a review some key terms about SQL. First, what is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. SQL is an ANSI standard computer language for accessing and manipulating database systems. When we say ANSI, ANSI stands for American National Standard Institute. SQL is a syntax for executing queries, and it has two parts of syntax, the DML and the DDL. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language, while DDL stands for Data Definition Language. DML has four commands: the select, update, delete, and insert into, while DDL has five important syntax: create table, alter table, drop table, create index, and lastly, drop index. I'll be demonstrating the basics in SQL Server 2008 by using some syntax discussed to you a while ago. And to start, we're going to create our own database. First step, click New Query button to display the query pane. The query pane is where we are going to type our queries. And to create a database, just type create space database space the desired name for your database. Next step, highlight the query and click the execute button. Below the query pane, a message will appear saying command is completed successfully. Now, by this point, we're already done creating our database. Next is creating a table. But before that, let's change some settings in our server. Beside the execute button is a combo box containing the list of our database in our server. To create a table inside our database, click the name of the database we have created a while ago before start querying. Now let's proceed creating our table. First step, type create space table space the desired table name space open and close parentheses. Inside this parentheses is where we're going to type the column name and its attributes, and here is one example. Student number, last name, first name, location, and city are examples of column name. Int and varchar are examples of data types. You can define or declare the length of some data type. One example here is the varchar. But in such cases, some data type, like the data type int, doesn't have any length requirements. Again, after typing, highlight the query, then click the execute button. A message should appear below the query pane saying the command was completed successfully. Now let's try making another table. Again, type create space table space table name desired. Open and close parentheses and the attributes of your table. Highlight the query and click the execute button. A message should appear below the query pane. Let's try viewing our table using the select statement. On the query pane, type select space asterisk space from space the name of the table you want to view. Highlight the query and click the execute button. Now your table is displayed inside the Result tab just below the query pane. What you see on the screen are only the columns you have created inside your table since it is still empty. Let's try to view our second table. Now here is your table. Now let's try inserting data inside our tables. And to start, type insert into space the table name of the table you want to insert some data. Next, type the word values space open and close parentheses. Inside the parentheses are the values we are going to insert into our table. Highlight the query and execute. A message below the query pane will appear saying one row is affected. And to view the table, highlight and execute. Now the values are already inserted into our table. Our next is the delete and drop. Delete is used to delete data inside the table, while drop is used to drop the table. Now let us try deleting data in a row inside our table. And to delete, type the word delete space from space the name of the table you want to delete some data space where space the column name equal sign open single quote and the equivalent value of the column name close single quote highlight and click the execute button. A message will appear saying one row is affected. And to view our table, type select space asterisk space from and the table you want to view. Highlight and click the execute button. And here it is. Now let's have the drop. And to drop table, type the word drop space table space the table name highlight and click the execute button. A message will appear command completed successfully. And there you have it. You had already deleted a table in your database.